Ooh. I did get a copyright infringement situation. I just got notified from YouTube about the legendary watch party, so I got to figure out how to fucking do that in the first place. But yes, the link is posted there in the chat. If you want to come on to the actual conversation, feel free to join me. I do not want to be there alone. I do not want to talk to myself because I am Miyake-Mugler, so I can't. In my backpack. Good, get it. Right there. So I'm a Miyake-Mugler, so I don't want to embarrass the brand or the house or anything like that. So, but since I am here and since we are started, I guess I might as well just start with my feelings on it. The episode starts with the Grand March episode. As you can see from the beginning, they upped it from 5, like we said last night, from 8 to 10. So they split the episode into 2, and they started having eliminations right away. So this already, compared to last year, it's really, really dope. I actually really enjoyed most of the Grand Marches. They were supposed to essentially do like a production that showcases who they are, the members, and also encompasses all 5 elements of voguing. Let me try to go through the houses. I have to have to go through the picture to remember everybody. I don't want to leave out anyone. August went second, didn't they? Or first? Something like that. But since what's not working? It's not working? No, it's not that one. It's on the bag. You don't look in the main part of the bag with the computer charger. So it'll probably be out with the computer charger on the table. Yeah, right here. All right. So House of Balenciaga. Oh no, it's not House of Balenciaga. Huh?
Orichi was first.
Oh yes, the House of Orichi was first. Omari, that was a very, very good. Are you sure they were first?
No.
Orichi's went first. The production was very good. I really enjoyed their production a lot. I love how they incorporated, like how they said that, how they were talking about the fact that Gillette was able to showcase her runway during the production. It looks really, really dope. So shout out to Gillette, shout out to the performers, shout out to the Virgin Vogue girl, Miss Virgin, I guess Virgin in literal sense of ballroom.
Yeah, it was her first ball. It's her first time walking the ball.
It's gonna be my first ballroom. When people say that shit to me, it's just like, bitch, you're going to a ball. It might be held in a ballroom, but you're going to a ball. So I don't want to hear about your first or last ballroom, okay? Like, you're going to a ball. That was a key for me. But that was hilarious. But she performed down. She didn't look new at all. Some of my friends were trying to be like, oh, she's probably not even a virgin. She's probably not a virgin. I thought that
she's a virgin because it's her first time walking a ball.
Right.
That doesn't mean that she's her first time voguing.
Or first time dancing, right? Omari is, he has a dance company. He's a West African dance, teacher, choreographer. He even worked with Beyonce. For those of you who do not know, he was in Black is King.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay.
Mario was in Black is King. So he is very, very connected in the dance community already. So I actually would think that as a dance father or as a house father, you're usually trying to pull in from the people that you know, whatever. So he probably literally just pulled in one of the stronger dancers in his company, who could clearly catch Vogue and clearly catch dance and perform. She did not look new to this at all. So shout out to her. But who was the star to you of that piece?
Remy.
Okay,
Remy was carrying.
Remy did good.
Yeah.
Remy did good.
It was Remy's night.
I thought it was Gillette's night, but Remy really ate it.
Even the judges were saying it's Remy's night too. So she was the star.
The music is way too loud. Do you hear music in our thing right now, or is it during the showcase? No. If you hear background noise, thank you for the comment. Mouse Fight. Oh, what's up, Robin? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming through. But let me know if you do hear music right now, or what you think what the music is regarding to. Because we definitely do not want to have any extra sounds already or going on in this. I already have a copyright situation I have to work on with YouTube right now.
Not from the Nas X.
No. Definitely not from that. Okay. So that was Orichi. Balenciaga was next. Balenciagas were over.
Yeah. Not much you can say. they carried. It was over. Shannon was selling her face. The effects were over. It was over. Even the little slip up trip, and she caught it. Yeah, because Honey had tripped on her dress,
right?
And they caught it like that. You would have never noticed they really fell.
Right. I mean, it was cute. It was a cute little thing, but like Shannon did fall, and I noticed that a lot of people were like trying to say, "Oh, but she fell. How did they get a purple skirt?" Blah 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 blah.
Because she kept going instead of just falling and looking stupid. Jupiter got behind her, grabbed her, picked her up. It was like that. They did it so quick.
Right. It was, I mean, I think it also has to do with the way that they did the editing and post-production, because like we said with Stasha's piece, even with the Garçons, how they showed the cut reveal
the way
and stuff like that. Like they just picked wrong clips to go with at some point, the wrong angles to go with at some point. And I feel like that was one of those situations where they picked the wrong angle. They could have picked another. We didn't need to know that she felt like that. I don't think the judges didn't even see it like that. So why did they make us see it like that? Like they tried it with the production, but yeah, the TV, because like Balenciaga is also not just Balenciaga, but there are some houses on this
season.
Obsessed with Balenciaga, are we, friends?
Hello.
But I feel like some houses on this season are coming in with a great grand reputation, and that is only going to hurt them in the beginning on the show, because everyone is going to be just looking at them,
because they expect our house to be perfect.
Ain't no slipping for 1,000.
Right. It is that.
Ain't no slipping for 1,000. So that's why people are going to be giving like, but she fell. But the production was clearly sickening from the beginning up until that little mistake. So, I mean, like, let's just be honest, right? Balenciagas ate it up.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I would have given them a 10 too, but, I understand.
They were about to get 10s across the board, but then, Miss Law decided to give them a 9.
What was Law's reason for giving them a 9 again? I don't remember. Did I remember?
I think it was for the fall.
It must have been. Because I don't hear anything about the outfits. The fashion was.
I know that the second night for sure, he definitely was for the outfits. Because they're supposed to get 10s again.
Right. But they're giving them 9. Law's giving them 9 just to be a little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That was shady, showing the rig reveal for sure. Okay, that was so shady of production. They really did. They knew what they were doing in that moment. But yes, shout out to the House of Balenciaga. Their Grand March was dope. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
After Balenciaga's was who? Because they were on the first day too, right? So 5 houses that were on was Orichi,
House of Lux,
who we just said second,
Balenciaga, Lux, Chanel, Mugler's.
Chanel, Miyake-Mugler. Okay, so right now we're at Lux. Lux's Grand March. Let me think if I could remember the Grand March.
For one, remember they had one less person because Ja was injured. He had like a broken arm or something.
Right.
So he ended up getting kicked off. Well, not kicked off the team, but let off the team because he was like medically unable to dance for the rest of the season.
The rest of the season.
They only got 4 people.
So they had 4 people. I can definitely say that they did not look like they had 4 people. Just want to read the comment that I see here in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's commenting and using and engaging the chat. This is helping it become easier for us. Every comment. Okay, so shout out to Teddy. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Francis. Let's go through the. So Francis said they're obsessed with Balenciaga. Aren't we all? No shade. I wonder if Cardi's going to shout them out because Cardi loves Balenciaga. She's always talking about Balenciaga. But yeah, random. Teddy said, Francis said, double shady showing the rig reveal for sure. They did them dirty. Yes, they did. Teddy goes, they ate it all the way through, but Law wants to be that girl, you know. He had a broken heart. Mind you, Marvel just joined the conversation here, and I just realized that my laptop is on mute. Marvel. Oh, your audio's not connected yet, anyways. Just letting you know that.
So she said just to let you know.
Yeah, just to let you know your audio's not connected yet, so the people cannot hear you. Okay, so you're gonna have to figure that out, Marvel. And don't forget, the conversation is open. The comment is pinned in the chat. If you do want to join the live and share your opinion, you can do so. Come and leave at any time. It's giving very drop-in basis. You do not need to stay on the chat or stay on the live. You can just come in, share your opinion, and bounce. Feel free. Moving on to Lux now. We were talking about Ja and the fact that Ja
Was injured.
Right. So Ja was injured and not able to not able to perform, but they were still they were not able to perform and they got sent after. Mind you, I remember seeing their production now. Yes, I do. I did think it was one of the worst productions of the day. Not that it was a bad production, but it was just in comparison to all the strong productions that we were getting. So I feel like Balenciaga was super strong, Mugler was super strong, and Orichi, very strong. So you had two houses left, no shade. Chanel and Lux. And the production from the production from Lux
was better than
to
Chanel,
me.
no shade.
Everybody's gonna say that except for me. It's so funny. Like
it's only because the Chanels are so off. Like it seems something was off from the beginning. I don't know who it was, but they were just off.
Synchronization wise. Yeah. The sync was not together. And yeah, that was the gag. But I don't know, something about the way that it was staged. I still liked it. And I feel like the judges were a little bit too overly critical with them. I already also do feel that the judges are not even, let's just start there. Let's go back to the biasness that the judges don't even have the same energy for every girl on the show. Like they have some kind of energy for one person and then they just literally flip that whole thing for somebody else. Mouse Factor says Lux wasn't using that track really well. No shade. And if I'm not mistaken, their beat was actually sick.
I don't remember.
There was a couple of beats that I was like, oh, this beat is fucking over. The Tishi beat and the Tishi beat from the third episode as well, when they were doing the Best Dress as a House challenge. My coat, my bag, my this fat. Oh, that beat was sick. Lux is sorry, not Lux. Tishi doing some sickening music. But yeah, they didn't use their music well. I agree with you. But I agree with you, Mouse Factors. However, I think that they had a cute hand section. Choreography was still good. I really enjoyed the way that they choreographed that hand section. Whoever's doing the choreography for Lux actually does really, really good choreography. It's just choreography is nothing without good execution and good dancers. So
that was House of Lux.
That was the House of Lux. Shout out to you guys. And they became a bottom team though that day. Oh, Marvel is on the chat. Whoa, just took over my blood clot screen. Let me hit pin, add pin. Marvel, you can unmute yourself just now when you're ready.
Hello.
But yeah, so what the hell we just think about? But yeah, good choreography is nothing with terrible dancers and terrible staging.
Ooh, terrible.
Sorry, not terrible. Whoa. Good choreography is nothing without good dancers and good staging and good editing and stuff like that. That's kind of what I mean. So I think that the hand choreography was sickening, but like you were not able to really feel that from them. Marvel, since you're here, Wagwan. Ooh, can't hear you at all. You have to wait for me. You have to wait. You have to give me a second. Oh, I know. No. This headphones. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to head back. About to head back to my mom's. But yeah,
well,
I have a little free time right now.
Huh? So while you're here, then just share your 1-2 feelings on it so that we know how you feel about the episode and all that.
Which episode?
Any of them.
Oh, So like I said, I wish Chanel, I got to see more of Chanel, the House of Chanel. There was a few performances I did not like, and I didn't understand why the judges liked them. But I can't seem to remember the houses that did. I think Lux, no, was it Lux? No. Which house did the performance in, I think the house father, he was just jumping around the stage. The light skin one. And they said
the
he's
light
cute.
skin skinny one?
Yeah.
House of Icon.
Okay. I wasn't really feeling that performance at all.
Right. And but we're shouting out the father for being eye candy.
Oh yes.
We'll shout him up for being eye candy. Shout out
Oh
to,
yes.
Jamel. He looks cute though. But yeah. I also didn't understand why the houses, who were they living for on day one, and it was not making no sense to me. Oh my god. I have to think about it. It's gonna come to me, but like I also do think that the judges, they're just biased.
What am I
Long story
missing?
short, they're biased.
You went to the wrong spot.
Of course, Andre did. I'm with my nephews, guys.
What kind of tear you getting in? What are you gonna say tonight? Okay, so what?
Done with Lux?
Yeah, we're definitely done with Lux.
Chanel?
We're definitely done with Lux. Chanel's Grand March, like I said, yeah, I thought it was messy, but I don't think it was that bad. And even if it was bad, I definitely do believe that even though, yeah, I still think they should have been the bottom though.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? They should have been in the bottom. However, they should have been in the bottom, yes. But they should not have gone home.
Right.
That's what I feel about like that. That's the only like gripe that I have in that first episode. They sent home Legendary Angel, and she fucking ate Becky. I'm so sorry. Like, yes, you can do a backflip and whatever, like, but in my first or second year of walking balls in the States, I remember I almost wanted to feel like it was Arturo. Actually, no, it wasn't Arturo. Somebody was like, girl, backflips again. That's how they would give it up to me. And yet, I remember the one at Miyake-Mugler, Arturo actually was like, bitch, you need to flip every chance that you get, which is so funny because I refuse to do that now because somebody got in my head and fucked me up. But when I see other people voguing or walking balls and I see that all they're doing is acrobatic stunts, then in my mind, they just should not win.
Ooh, no comment.
But in the opposite of that, Deja Vu should have stayed over Sakori Icon in the second part of the Grand March.
So this is the right spot.
Because what's her name was doing fucking, what you call it? Oh, Nue. She's doing Nue poses. Deja Vu, she's standing up and doing lines with her legs in the splits. On the floor, walking in the splits, doing these kind of stuff. That shit is in Nue Vogue. And I actually didn't even think of that until somebody put it up as a comment, and I'm guessing they probably walk Nue, which is why they said it. But all of that shit that Deja Vu was doing is Nue Vogue. Therefore, she is voguing. Yeah. She was doing clean dips. All these things. So Corey was, bitch, I don't know if you know, but Ballroom is kicking at that loss. Like laughing, making memes, all kinds of shit, videos, all kinds of shit. Fell out of every dip. The bitches are like, you want to see the way they zoomed in the videos to show how like she was not landing none of her dips. It was just a fucking fool. But that is New Way voguing. And then Jamila had the nerve to say that she was not voguing. The essence of Vogue came from Sakori. The essence is enough. What the fuck is the essence of Vogue? Like that was when the judges try to sound intelligent, okay, and just they sound dumb, but they're trying to sound smart.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In regards to what you guys said about the person who was doing all the flips and stuff.
Yes.
So like for me, from what I learned from voguing, like with like dramatic voguing and with fair dramatic voguer,
yeah,
wouldn't that be a positive though for your style of voguing?
Yes. But I mean, like technically speaking, it could even be good for your soft.
You're right.
Right?
That's true. That's
So
true. Depending on how like your flip is.
Right, because you can be light on your feet and stuff like that. It will look great in your soft performance, right? But however, I feel like when it comes to voguing, if the core of it is not vogue, right, then it doesn't really matter. Like all those flips and stuff like that, like to be in the middle and just do a run, to do a cartwheel and a back handspring, run off back handspring, shit like that, girl, that's late. But
Right.
if you're dancing and then you're doing a back handspring and you come into a spin and then you dip and a little bit that, put it into the performance, then I feel like it's a lot cleaner to work with.
Okay,
but,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but my thoughts on Chanel, it was messy, like Leomi said, and all that, but I don't think that I don't think they should have went home. They were definitely in the bottom two for that day for the 5 houses that went. Notice I didn't even talk about Mugler yet because it's not even a thing. But yeah, they were last two. Shut up, today. But the Muglers ate it. We ate it. Chanel's really didn't that day, but they should not have gone home, and I'm sticking to that. I think that I don't know what it was that made them, maybe because it was 4 people and the production was like it wasn't a fair shot or something like that to them, but something happened and worked out in their favor where they did not have to worry about that. They got to live to see a fucking other day. An Angel, who I know would have killed it on that show, and I'm so sorry that I didn't know it was Angel. You knew it was Angel.
I told you.
I know, and I was like, that's not Angel. It was about me. It was not a Chanel. And lo and behold,
I've seen on Facebook or something. But no shade. They should have sent Alana out. Alana would have carried.
Can we talk about?
Can
we just talk about how every team is sending out the wrong girl except for Lux?
Yeah, no shade.
Lux is the only team that sent out the right people. I don't feel like we should have walked for Prodigy.
Right.
Not when Cam and G and Hank on the team.
No shade.
Humbles. G does that. He has the flex. He has the stretch for that too. G could have done all of that stuff.
And you send up Deja Vu.
Hank could also flip all that shit too, and didn't send up. I feel like that team really. That team put me into the West mentality right now. They put me into the West mentality. Like they got bamboozled on that show. They got gypped on that show. They didn't get to really show anything that they could have really done. Why Jason sent her out instead of one of the legends? That's a good question. I would think that because you would think that the judge, but I bet judges again. I'm going back to the judges again. Everything is because of the judges. Jason sent out Deja Vu because he thought the judges would have been living to see her flipping, her acrobatics, her and it worked out. What's the word that she is? What do they call it? Contortionist. Mm-hmm. She's a contortionist. So she probably thought that Jason's thinking, oh, they're going to live for her contortionist move, it's New Wave Vogue or some shit like that. And it worked against him. And it absolutely worked against them. Which makes me think then, even if they did send out Cam G or thing like that, or Hank, do they want the Prodigies on the show? Justice for the Prodigies. But justice for the motherfucking Prodigies. And it was the biggest slap in the face to see the next challenge. That was the bigger key for me, because after they fucking did that, is Jason's category. Jason's category. Jason would have killed that fucking category. And that is the real sadness for that, because I just know that they would have heard that category out and they got sent home unfairly right before that. Yep, that we will never let that hashtag die. Justice for House of West. Justice for House of West, because they got gypped on that motherfucking show. Last host for the first episode is Miyake-Mugler. Power Rangers, fashion goddess. Is that what we're saying? I'm glad the world already put her in her place in regards to that thing. That was from the Mugler Follies show. Tahiri Mugler Follies. Mugler Follies. You are a fashion girl, Miss La, and you had a nerve to comment on the fashion and not even see the inspiration of the fashion, but yet you're talking about fashion this and fashion that and calling out inspirations for this and inspirations there and inspirations there, but didn't know. What the fuck? You thought we were inspired by, you thought the Muglers were inspired by Power Rangers. You see who Law dresses and what she puts her in? Who, Celine?
Zendaya.
It's sick shit.
Some nice stuff.
Yes, but I've seen her nice stuff. I've seen Lala's work look good.
Sometimes.
So I'm not knocking her fashion, but I'm gonna say that if you're gonna be judging and calling out stuff in fashion, be right. Like how Leomi was her dip last season that he tried to introduce to the world before her. She was correct. No shade. That, but they tried. So the choreography was so fucking good. And that obviously is no surprise. I think that is probably the house that everybody thought would have had the best choreography, just in terms of choreography, because of the choreographer of the house, who is the legendary icon Arturo. And Arturo is the choreographer of Vogue in the ballroom scene, like one of the best ones and more notable ones. So it's just one of those things where we just knew it was going to be some great choreography, and that's exactly what we saw. Malik, Prince, Diego, Tati, and Arturo, the transitions and the choreography was like, everything was just so good. There was no star in that piece as well. I think that's also one thing that I liked. They shared the middle. Everybody got to be in the center. Everybody got a center of attention. And yeah, it looked like group choreo to me. It was just fab. What I expect from the House of Mugler. The mix was so on point. The looks were on point, and so was the performance. What do you think, Mr. Balenciaga?
It was cute.
Not even it was good. Not even the choreography.
You know, that's one of the shadiest things when somebody says it was cute.
No, I loved it. It was a great performance. He gave very Power Rangers, you know. Mind you, I was expecting to see them pop up out of the floor, you know, like Beyonce at the Super Bowl. I said this to Arturo too, because of the pictures that everyone was seeing with the whole. I was like, bitch, if y'all don't pop up out of the motherfucking floor like Destiny's Child at the Super Bowl and just bam, give me a performance.
And it's not gonna get every time, right?
No.
If you do that, it won't get every time, right? I know. I actually do believe, like I said earlier, the world is thinking like that too.
Please.
If Mugler is not coming out of a helicopter, we're not gonna give them a 10 because we're so used to Mugler coming out of a helicopter.
But you know that's how it works on these shows.
I specifically said it because of the pictures that were put out with them.
Yes,
like,
we watch it.
Like the Spice Girls, very, yeah. So that's what I was expecting from that performance, which it gave that.
But you guys know,
but they didn't pop the floor.
Based on their reputation. Right?
Absolutely.
Could you tell that louder again, just for people that are on the chat?
No, like I'm saying, every house is being judged on their competition. I mean, on their reputation, not competition.
Ding, 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 ding. And this is why Balenciaga, Mugler, Tishi, even though
a lot from Chanel too.
You know, it's such a gag that Tishi started, I want to say, just before the pandemic. Like just before the pandemic, like just before the Mugler ball. The Mugler ball.
The thing about the 13 reasons why.
13 reasons is before the Mugler ball. Yes, and Ronaldo walked the Tishi ball. Yes, that 13 reasons. So I want to say 2019. Okay, 2019, the house got started, and within less than 2 years, the house is already being looked at like how we look at Garçon, Mugler, Balenciaga. So it really is, it has nothing to really do with tenure and how long we've been in existence. It really just is based on reputation, how we see you now. And the house of Tishi, like the brand spanking new, but looking at their product and stuff like that, the reputation just matches with that. They're known as a fashion house. They're very selective with the membership. The dancers danced. Every bitch can do a needle with their legs, except for Japan. You know, she's a street dancer, but Japan can do what she does so well. And that's why I feel like, yeah, you ate that for me. I think every house is being judged on their reputation and they're not being judged in comparison to each other. Mm-hmm. And that is the bottom line of it. Wow.
Because think about it, like that's why when you guys are talking about Balenciaga and you guys are saying like you're looking for all those people to shut them out, it's because when you hear Balenciaga, it's a known house.
Yes, and not just known, like Revlon is known, Ebony is known, Mizrahi's known.
Like, it's like when you hear Balenciaga, but like
Balenciaga's known.
But you know why? Because of the backing that is with Balenciaga.
Mm-hmm.
Because Balenciaga is connected to a celebrity.
Yeah.
They're connected to Cardi B. They're connected to Rihanna.
Right.
And who are those girls in this world? Icons.
Right.
So once they're connected to them, once a girl's kikiing and they're talking about ballroom, they don't know shit about ballroom, but they know who a Balenciaga is. Because they love Rihanna.
Ooh. Wrong hole. They heard it before and they knew that. That's wow. I'm gagging at that. I'm going to the wrong hole.
Because how do people know about ballroom? Like that. All my straight friends know ballroom just like that.
Very interesting. But that actually does, like, that's very obvious though. But I love to go back and think about those things because when you start to think too hard, sometimes it just you miss the point, right? That is the point.
Yeah.
The houses are already known in the world, and we're just being judged on a different platform by what we already see with these houses. So shout out to them, and you really ate that. Thank you for that. I'm trying to figure. Yeah. So yeah, episode 2. Who was the supreme that day? Others, right? Others got the highest points that day.
No, episode 2 was the
second part of the Grand March.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying in the first part of the Grand March. Do you remember who got? There was no supreme, right?
I don't remember. No, I don't think they did it.
Right, and then so the second part of the premiere continues with prodigies. Now, a lot of people did inbox me, kikiing, asking about like the father. Why is the father there?
Because he's legend, right? He walks face with performance. He walks face. He walks. Dressed up scene, I think.
Yeah, he said he dabbled in fashion.
He has a fab ballroom career in the shade.
Exactly.
Some people may not see it for him, but
I did. I thought he was supposed to be. I thought he was a good father.
I think he's a perfect mother.
Sorry.
For the house.
And
there's no one else that I could think of that would be the mother other than him, because he is overall mother anyways.
I don't know. I mean, there are international parents and stuff like that, women's mothers and stuff like that, and I feel like they would have been able to really fuck it up on that show. I'm not saying anything like about that, but I can see Inksy destroying that show. If Dolores can eat up that show like how she did, I can see Inksy destroying that show. Yeah, I can see Mother, what's her name, Victoria, the white girl from Prodigy, Mother, up and coming legend. She was a ninja. Prodigy, and she does the leg up and she's the dip and oh fuck, I can't remember it. Blonde,
Veronica or Victoria,
something like that. But no, Veronica Ninja is separate, so she's a ninja. She's fat, right? But she's racist, so we don't really talk about that girl. But yeah, the Miss Prodigy is also good. But I think that Jason did fine on the team. And he danced. To me, he was such a choreography. He looked like he was having a lot of fun. As far as performance goes, like that is one thing about performing that a lot of people do not remember and take into consideration when you're performing. You have to look like you're enjoying it. And the House of Prodigy looked like they were having fun. Like facials were on point for all of them. I can remember like even Jason having his tongue out when they're doing the hand part. So like that. Facials. I don't know. To me, they were not one of the bottom teams of that fucking episode. But yeah, let's keep going.
Milan is next.
House of Milan, bottom team. To me.
Yeah.
To me.
What I wrote down here was cute performance, but kind of boring, no shade. I don't think they should have gotten a higher score than Prodigies.
I don't think they should have gotten a higher score than Prodigy either. Yeah.
The performance wasn't giving what it was supposed to give.
It's no shade. And it's all and talking about the gold thing and to be fab, you have to be gold and whatever. And royalty, first of all, is purple. Okay. So yeah, there's no shade there. Call me out on the screen. That's a cute. But yeah, like that to me was just weird. Weird. I didn't see it. I don't see it. I think it should have been in the bottom team. That's the Milan, absolutely. So yeah, moving on. Garçons. Garçons. Did I fucking love this fucking production? I loved the production. I love Stasha.
You talk about Miss Milan Garçon.
Yeah, she's eating on
no
show.
shade. She's eating everything from the looks to the voguing to the runway. She just, yeah, I'm really gagging.
Yes, and with Garçon. Oh my god, I actually want to mention the fact that I'm so gagging that Savion is on that team like that. Like, I've only seen Savion walking All American. This is talking about from when I was joining the ballroom scene. I joined the ballroom scene in 2008. When I actually walked my first ball, 2008. And since then, Savion was already like on top of the All American category. Then all of a sudden, Savion started walking Sex Siren and shit like that. And I'm like, okay, he's very in that. But like, just like Jarrell, really like how Jarrell did in season 1, Savion is coming out with the performance on the voting side, but Savion looks like a voguing. That's the guy for me. It's like, yo, Savion, the whole House of Garçon to me is doing so good on the show.
They picked the right squad, no shade.
Yeah, they picked the right squad. Even Tonka, you know, Tonka's like the only big person that's represented on the show. Which
Tonka's really good at what she does.
And looks good on camera.
Absolutely.
It looks good on camera.
I really know Tonka has a nasty motherfucking walk. So
yeah, so it's nice to see Tonka on that team. Shout out to the Garçons. I love it. And I love Stasha on that team. Stasha on that team for me. It's Stasha on that team for me. Stasha is killing it on the show. Shout out to Stasha. I can't wait to see what else we see of you on that performance.
Mind you, I would have loved to see Emery on that team, or even Lariah on the team. They would have did good too. But I don't know if they could vote, so yeah. But definitely Emery would have carried.
Next team
is an Icon.
So the House of Icon, we kind of kikied about them in the beginning, lightly. But I definitely feel like they did have one of the weaker performances that day. That was kind of yeah, they had some moments even in the choreography that was very, very shaky. And yeah, it was just not it for me. Yeah. And sending in Sakori either was not the tea for me. I would have loved some more fatherly passion. Okay, like that is a moment where the father is supposed to have passion and battle for the team. Like no shade, him or Ziggy. To me, I've seen Ziggy battle before, so I know Ziggy's a battle cat. She has a lot of energy and shit like that in her. But I would have said Jamil is the one to battle on that team. I don't know. To me, it gets very. I'm very skeptical when I think about like who people are sending in for these redemption battles. I'm not sure what's going on, but there's something really fishy about who they're sending in to represent their house for the redemption battles. But like, yeah.
Last but not least, Tishida.
It's Tishida. Wow. I cannot.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I literally, the reputation that they have has been in effect and comes into play when it comes to this. Like how I feel. I definitely expected a lot from the House of Tishi, and I feel like they literally delivered on everything that we wanted. Like they gave us looks, they gave us performance, they gave us like choreography, they gave us mix, they gave us staging. It was really, 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 really good. And they really like, I think for every house, actually, the way that the ones that did us kind of presentation for the mothers coming out, they really all ate that. Like Tisha's choreography to bring out Gia was so good. I love how Balenciaga brought out Shannon. And she had her moment at the back and all that stuff. Like that specific moment of doing that was just so good. And shout out to the teachers, the choreography to bring out Gia, and it was just so good. And then in the episode to follow, watching like how they switched the spotlight essentially from Gia to Japan, and Japan looked
Yeah, Japan looked over.
baby. Wow. Japan. Child, you are so beautiful. Like, I'm not trying to be extra or nothing like that. You are so beautiful. Like, girl, I really hope that moment really, really validated your feelings towards yourself and boosted your own feelings towards yourself, so that when we see you do Backing Face again in the future, that you do it a little bit more confidently, right? But to me, wow, that almost was like the hottest moment in the whole episode. Watching when the hands were here, they had the thing, and then everybody opened up their hands, and then she looked like a black Barbie behind that with the hair and then the colorful outfit and shit like that. Mm-hmm. To me, it was just a fucking moment in Japan. Like, I loved it. You looked so great. You looked great. That was it for me. Like, the choreography also was sickening too. I love the old way, by the way, for the House of Tishi, the way they were evoking old way mostly, and the beginning of the choreo before when it was just Dro, Stanley, and the other Butch Queen, I forget his name, but Trey, I think, that was just good, very fucking good. Shout out to the House of Tishi. Bottom teams were
Icon
and Prodigy. Like I said, I feel like the bottom team should have been Icon and Milan for season 1. And Prodigy should have still been there. Prodigy should have been safe episode 1 and 2, yeah. So that's how I feel about that.
Episode 3.
Yes. Oh my God. Speaking about Deshawn, so a comment says, also I need Deshawn to narrate my whole life. That voice. Before we get into the voice, can we talk about the fashion?
Yeah,
Jesus, mercy, God, who is on that fucking styling team that is working with Deshawn. They are investing time, okay? Time and energy and resources to make Deshawn look great. And not just Deshawn. I'm looking at Leomi too, because of course the other people are celebrities, so they have their own teams and whatever. They probably already had their own teams. But looking at Leomi and Deshawn elevating even more this season, like their fashion and the looks are just so fucking over. And you can see that they're getting TV money. Like, it looks so TV. It's just good. I just love to see it. Deshawn's outfits are stealing the show for me. Like, I thought you only had 3 looks, and I already want 2 of the 3, but especially that third look. The third look with the robe and on the best dress night. That outfit, Deshawn Wesley. My God. But yes, let's talk about how they're like, even with the post-production, they're doing so good with him, because like the commentating on the beat, the voice, like we're hearing him over the music. There's just, you know, when you get to sit at home and take it in, and then you get to, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna fix that. I feel like they did that so much with this season. So thank you to the production team for making Deshawn look and sound fab.
Hold on, so they have a commentator as well?
Yeah, the host is a commentator. Yeah, so Deshawn, Deshawn. First season, like, you know, you could clearly tell that they had like a song on the taping, a different song for editing, very like that standard. Mm-hmm. But now they kind of did a music clearances where we're gonna ask DJs and producers for their music, right? To make music. And so now we have very exclusive music, very new music that's just done for the show. Mm-hmm. So at least then you're getting that same music from the taping into the editing, which makes the biggest difference, because we get to enjoy it as if you were there. Like, remember, there's 0 audience this season. Yeah. It's only the production team. So that would have fucked up everything for us if we couldn't even get it on time in, because we would never get a behind the scenes clip of how it was supposed to look. Mm-hmm. At least first season, we had bare behind the scenes. Every performance, even the battles that were shown online on the show, people have a studio recording of the battle with different beats and shit like that. And it's like, oh, I get it. I wish it was like this on the TV. But this time with the experience, I'm noticing that we can feel like that. However, now what they're doing is, even though last year they were fucking up with the sound, this year they're fucking up with the video. They're showing us one girl. They're showing us the back. They're showing us the judges looking at them and being like, ooh. They're not showing the fucking battles.
Which is important because that's the essence of the ballroom.
Of course, it's the essence of the ballroom. That's the only time you're actually battling. So that's the only time we actually get, if anything, want to see fair judging. We don't care about all the other shit.
I was to say, not to root to any of the categories or anything else, but the battles is what matters.
Yes, the battle is what
matters. The essence of Vogue.
Period.
Of ballroom. Period. Like that's it.
And they're swaying people to see it in a certain kind of way by only showing certain things. That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? Like it's a bigger picture, which is why I worry about like who they're sending in for the battle, the redemption battle. Like, is it your choice or is production telling you to send these people and shit like that? Because I think that's the thing that I think about when I'm.
Well, no, soon though, because when it's over, when the season's over, is when they tell you the truth of what happened.
But I mean, I'm sure these jokes outside of the contracts. Right, because they know that too. Like they know in a bar community,
NDAs and all that good stuff.
You know that. You know, they're gonna try to do whatever they can to try to link shit back. So
facts.
Yeah. So I mean, like, anything else that you really want to touch on?
I mean, you kind of talked about episode 3 already.
Kind of, but I mean, this was mostly focused on the grand marches. So I'll just edit the title, so it's talking about, like, you see that we're talking about the grand marches. And yeah, so please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing a lot more shit on this Climax channel. Most likely going to even be moving my Plot Twist podcast over to this channel because I didn't even know that it was like qualified to be monetized, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to make some kind of coins, as you know, over the long amount of time that we've invested a lot of money into this business that we have, with the balls that we have, the events that we have, the equipment that we had. We've had to spend a lot of money over the years. So it's nice that this Climax channel is right, can pay that shit back, hopefully. So please support, please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you're in the loop whenever we have anything happening. Please follow us on Instagram, the both of us. Mine is at Mr. Maple Leaf. My boyfriend is at GQJ08. K Higgins 98.
92.
Well, 98. K Higgins 92. Call me TV. And this was Let's Talk Legendary.
Superior House of the Third Night. It's Tisha.
Yeah, but we're gonna do episode 3 at one time. We're just focusing on the Grand Marches today mostly. We'll actually talk about that shit. And I know a lot of people wanted to be on this call too that we're not able to because of work and Mother's Day. So shout out to all the mothers and whatever. But we'll be back next week Sunday, same time, same place. See you guys for Let's Talk Legendary. Peace. You're gonna have to watch me until I like completely log out of this and close it.